Another beautiful Friday night for high school football here in Southern Ohio as we welcome you in to Unioto High School as the Shermans are set to take on the Paint Valley Bearcats in a pivotal matchup here in the Scioto Valley Conference. Alongside John Bruce, my name is Dewey Daly as we welcome you into tonight's coverage. And John, for Unioto, looking to go back-to-back in the Scioto Valley Conference, not only as league champs, but hoping to get the gold ball as well. It would be the 10th time. It would be a decade straight of the league champs and the SVC winning a gold ball.
Yeah, and Paint Valley doing everything they can tonight to deny that and give themselves a chance at a championship game next Friday night when they host St. Trace in what, unless something crazy happens for St. Trace tonight, would most likely have 3 teams at 5-1 going into Week 10. But for Paint Valley, they got to get through some injuries. Going to be tough for them on that, but it should be a great Friday night. Very prideful team over there coming out of Bainbridge.
And John, you mentioned it, the Bearcats next week at home against the St. Trace Pioneers. It's interesting how the schedule has worked its way out, given by which teams are at the top of the conference, all 3 of them being Unioto, Paint Valley, and St. Trace playing each other in the last 3 weeks of the season. It's really a battle of longevity, who can stay healthiest the longest, and I think that's something we're starting to see play out here in Week 9.
Yeah, a tough injury for Paint Valley. It appears they're going to be without Braylon Robertson tonight, who's the leading rusher in the Scioto Valley Conference, and I would guess one of the leading tacklers as well, with updated stats on that. But, yeah, it's just kind of, when you get through this part of the year, you're dealing with a lot of injuries. A lot of depth comes into play for all teams, and especially the teams at the top of the league. And, you know, for Paint Valley, the good thing for them is they've got a really nice quarterback and really good receivers on the outside.
A lopsided win last week for the Bearcats on the road in the township over the Huntington Huntsmen. For Unioto, a rivalry win in Kinnikinnick last week, 28-14 over St. Trace.
Yeah, and it was a game where they were down 14-6 after the first possession of the second half, and they were able to grind their way to 22 unanswered points to finish the game. A really good win for the Shermans to push them a game ahead of Paint Valley and St. Trace. Now, for Paint Valley, as you mentioned, we didn't have any numbers on last week's game over Huntington, but they have completely dominated the battle for the Maple Leaf Trophy over the past 2 decades and even longer. So another good win for them in that situation. And really, it just gets them, you know, after losing 13-12 to Piketon a couple weeks ago, gets them back in position to fight for their own, you know, controlling their own destiny.
And coming into tonight, the most pass-heavy offenses, at least in terms of statistics, the 2 leading passers in the Scioto Valley Conference, with sophomore quarterback Isaac Coy for Unioto, as well as junior quarterback Preston Fauber for Paint Valley. Without Braylon Robertson tonight, what do you expect to see from this Paint Valley offense?
I would look for them to try to get the ball out to Carson Free, who's their all-time leading receiver. He leads the SVC in receiving touchdowns, and that's without even seeing last week's numbers as well. So you got a big stud on the outside. He hasn't done a whole lot against Unioto in the last 2 years. But if they can use some of these other really good athletes on the outside that they have, Dres Bolin, for instance, Gage Wagner, Willie Wheaton, maybe Jeremy Kane, we'll kind of see where, you know, things go for them. But they've got some guys on the outside. If the offensive line can create time and create a comfortable pocket for Preston Fauber, I think Paint Valley's going to have a chance to throw the ball around a little bit. It's just going to be a lot more one-dimensional than we thought previously.
And for Unioto, talk a lot about Blank Hoops, Caden Cutright. We're going to see a new guy, not necessarily a new guy, but a younger guy tonight for the Shermans, and sophomore Levi Beam. Not as involved last week, did have the big first down conversion. It was an 18-yard carry, his only carry of the night. Had a really big week the week prior for the Shermans. We'll see a lot of him tonight. Yeah,
they've used Beam in a variety of different ways. It looks like they're going to need him to catch some more balls this week without Jackson Zickafoos being available tonight. And, you know, it's just going to make things a little more interesting. Now, the special teams will be interesting also because Zickafoos did some punt return stuff for them as well, did a really good job of controlling the maybe not having the big returns, but also catching the ball and getting the fair catches. So that's going to be a big replacement for Unioto. Now, you mentioned Levi Beam. You also got a kid, coming back like Jack Weingartner that hasn't seen a lot of balls on the outside this year, but has in the past and has done so at the lower levels as well. So he could be a fourth pass catcher for them. And the thing for Unioto is they have a lot of athletes, and maybe the best one out of all of them is Cody Braden in the backfield.
Coming into tonight for Paint Valley, it'll be senior tailback C.J. Mannion that gets the start for the Bearcats. Some other skilled guys. You have the junior tight end Cam Cooper, and behind free in the receiving corps, senior Willie Wheaton, junior Drez Bolin, and junior Gage Wagner as well. We'll see if we see any of Jeremy Kane here tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of the big question mark. But if we do, he's dynamic. Had a 75-yard touchdown. I believe it was the first play from scrimmage against Piketon. So it's a team that they have a lot of weapons. One big thing is that with Braylon Robertson, he does so many little things for this team. He's the kicker. He's their running back. He's also a really, really good defensive player. So it's replacing a lot of things. But you got a lot of pride for Paint Valley. You got a lot of kids that have played a lot of varsity football. So you got some people moving around, finding in some new spots for them. So I think they're more than capable.
Week 9 football here in Southern Ohio. Although not the only game with big conference implications on the line. A bit further down south in Crown City, we talked a little bit about Eastern and South Gallia playing tonight as well.
Yeah, that'll be a big one in the SOC 1.
The Bearcats winning the toss, electing to kick. It'll be Willie Wheaton booting it away. It's Jack Weingartner.
It's actually Eli Ward.
Check that, Eli Ward on the returnee. Fair catches it inside the 35, and we'll get our first look at this Unioto offense here in Week 9.
Yeah, maybe not exactly what either team was expecting, but I'm sure Coach Dye will take that because it eliminates the big return possibility for Unioto.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Unioto just outside their own 35-yard line. Long and Braden in the backfield along with Isaac Coy.
Yeah, we're going to have a jump early. That was Jace Reinhardt on the outside. Almost timed it perfectly for the Bearcats. But just a hair early, ends up getting called for the encroachment. Be 1st and 5 now for the Shermans.
Defensively for the Bearcats up front, Caleb Saunders, C.J. Mannion, Logan Hamlin, and Colton Yoakum. 2 Bearcat linebackers, Cam Cooper and Abbott Johnson. So it'll now be 1st and 5 for Unioto. Right at their own 41-yard line. First down, it'll be a handoff. Cody Braden between the tackles out past the 45-yard line. Already a new set of downs for Unioto.
Yeah, nice little pick up a 6 there. Pick up a 6 there for Braden. Just going right up the middle. That's kind of where they were able to take advantage last week against Zane Trace. That eventually opened up the passing game a little bit more, but using that power running game has been really valuable for them over the past few weeks.
5 DBs for the Bearcats: Gage Wagner, Carson Free, Parker Zamora, Eli Smith, and Jace Reinhardt. 1st and 10, right back to the ground with Braden. Chugging forward inside the Bearcat 45, nearly a new set of downs, and they're going to give it to him, John.
Yeah, I'm just kind of laughing because the far side judge had him a full yard further back than what the near side judge had. So, but a pick up a 10 there for Braden. Nice start for the Shermans. 2 first downs in 2 plays.
Cody Braden leading the Shermans in both rushing yards and rushing touchdowns on the season. Had a big one last week, 24 totes for $123 and a score. 1st and 10, the 3rd carry for Cody Braden out to the right hash. Braden spinning through tackles, extremely close to the line to gain.
Yeah, he's up to 25 yards now on 3 carries, so he's just chugging along so far. That offensive line has been really good in the pass this year, but they've gotten better with the run throughout. And it looks like with senior Aiden Perry on that right side, looks like they're running behind him and Ben Griffin, the other senior on the right side.
And John Cody Braden, an extremely dynamic back, along with the 123 yards on the ground last week, 6 catches for 33 yards.
Yeah, he can do a little bit of everything for the Shermans.
First and 10 from the plus 34-yard line as Coy rolling out to his left, up the left hash. Isaac Coy off to the races, inside the 5 before being brought down by Parker Zamora. Right at the Bearcat 2-yard line, a big-time pickup for Isaac Coy as he scurries for about 31 yards.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication in the backfield because to me it looked like Cody Brayton might have went the wrong way, but just follows the blockers in front. And, Coy does a great job of picking up 31 on the gain.
Coy with a rushing touchdown last week. It was his 3rd of the year. First and goal to go from the 3-yard line. It'll be Cody Braden between the tackles, and he's in for the Sherman touchdown.
Yeah, very easy drive there for the Shermans. Not really sure we expected it to go that easy for them, but 5 plays, 64 yards in a little over 2 minutes. Very similar to what happened last week on the first possession. I believe it was 6 plays and 66 yards last week in about the same amount of time.
So after the 3-yard rushing touchdown from Cody Braden, it'll be the junior Liam Mattheon for the point after, as Matthews splints the uprights. And it's a 7-point lead for the Shermans with 9:47 to go here in the opening quarter of tonight's Week 9 contest. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School, and John, a quick and efficient first opening drive for the Shermans to take a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of Cody Braden, but the big gash on the play was done by Isaac Coy, a 31-yard rush that set up that last score.
So Liam Matthew boots it away for Unioto. It'll be Gage Wagner on the return from inside his own 10-yard line for the Bearcats. Wagner looked like he may have nearly lost the football as he returns it out past his own 25-yard line. We'll get our first look at this Bearcat offense here in Week 9.
Yeah, it should be an interesting offense for the Bearcats. A decent start after that long kick, a 57-yard kickoff there from Liam Matthew. A nice return. It's going to rely a lot on this offensive line for the Bearcats because of how dynamic that defensive line for Unioto was last week. Bryce Jarvis, number 57, 54, Ben Griffin, and Marcel James, number 55, were all over the place last week in the Shermans win.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats from their own 27-yard line. Free motions across the line of scrimmage. First down, Faber to throw. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be
Bryce Jarvis on the deflection for the Shermans. 2nd and 10 coming up for Paint Valley.
Yeah, and Paint Valley trying to get the ball out quick because of how dynamic that defensive line for the Shermans is, but unable to, get it over the outstretched arms of Bryce Jarvis there.
Up front for the Bearcats, Brady Kalman, Colton Yoakum, Bryce Blanton, James Annan, and Brady Bell. 2nd and 10, Mannion alongside Preston Faber in the backfield. Free motions behind the line of scrimmage. Faber on the keeper to his right as he's brought down in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, that was Ian Spriggs on the outside. Number 4 does a great job of not getting pulled in too close on that, taking away the option and getting the tackle for loss.
So 2 plays minus 2 yards on the drive for the Bearcats as they're now behind the sticks on 3rd down. It'll be 3 wide for the Bearcats with Cam Cooper tight to the left side of the line. Mannion in the backfield alongside Faber. Free motioning into the slot. Faber takes the shotgun snap, firing over the middle, and it's picked off. Caden Cutright on the interception for the Shermans. Cutright inside the 10 and brought down by Faber.
That's going to be the 5th interception of the year for Caden Cutright. That one he returns about 33 yards, 31 yards. He is now 1 interception away from the school record for career interceptions. I will say, Unioto probably got bailed out a little bit as there was definitely a block in the back early in that return. I think it was so far away from the action, though, ended up not being called.
The pass was intended for Drez Bowl, and it was overthrown and right into the breadbasket of Caden Cutright. First down, goal to go. Cody Braden between the tackles. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the 1st quarter. The Shermans take a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, I don't think we expected this. As very quick, Unioto out to a 2-score lead. Cody Braden follows his blockers, makes 1 cut inside, and if he's able to do some one-cut action, it's going to be big trouble all night for the Bearcats.
Mattheon for his 2nd PAT of the night. Knocked down the first, the hold is down, and Matthews splits the uprights once again. And it's a 14-0 Sherman lead. Less than 4 minutes into the opening quarter of tonight's Week 9 matchup. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. 1 chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
A Caden Cutright interception turned into an 8-yard rushing touchdown. And the 2nd one of the night for Cody Braden, as Matthew boots it away for the 2nd time tonight. Wagner bobbling it at first. He will now return it for the Bearcats out to the left hash and brought down just outside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that could have been – that's one of those plays where kind of you never know what's going to happen, because we saw it a couple weeks ago down at Portsmouth where you bobble, you botch the snap, or you botch the return, and then it can just break into a big return. But good job there by Unioto of kind of containing, and also a really good job by Gage Wagner of not getting rattled when that ball doesn't come straight to his hands like that. So good overall play.
So 2nd drive tonight for the Bearcats, starting off on their own 21-yard line. Free motioning across the line. It'll be a handoff between the tackles. This is Jeremy Kane. Out past the 35-yard line, looks to get out to the 40 as he's forced out of bounds by the Shermans.
Yeah, we weren't sure if we were going to see Jeremy Kane. Didn't see him on the first possession, but he comes in and makes an immediate impact, picking up 19. And you can kind of see right there how dynamic he is. So I would look for him to get a lot of touches tonight.
Kane lined up in the backfield alongside Faber, 3 receivers to the right side. Back-to-back handoffs to Jeremy Kane as he takes it out to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 5 yards for the junior. 2nd and 5 coming up for Paint Valley.
Yeah, if he can get 5 yards a carry like that, that's going to open things up a lot in the passing game. As the first possession, nothing was open and available through the air for the Bearcats. So we'll see now.
Now with 3 receivers sent for the Bearcats with 2 to the near side and Cooper tight to the right side of the line. 3rd consecutive handoff to Jeremy Kane. This time nowhere to go for the juniors. He's bottled up for a pickup of 1.
Yeah, nice play there by Jacob Renner, who we haven't seen a lot of health issues throughout the year, but does a nice job there. Getting the start tonight for the Shermans at linebacker. Comes up and makes a nice play to control Jeremy King.
3rd down, 4 yards to go for the Bearcats. Have to get it past midfield for a fresh set of downs. Free motions across the line of scrimmage. Faber takes the shotgun snap under heavy pressure and blasted down. He was able to get the ball off in time. Is Marcel James quickly into the backfield, forcing the incompletion. 4th and 4 coming up for Paint Valley.
Just going to throw this out. You might want to block Marcel James. You can't let him have a free run like that because your quarterback's not going to be in there very long if he's able to have a free run. Now, for Unioto, I would be very cautious here, as Paint Valley has always been very good at fake punts. And this seems like the type of area where a fake punt could happen.
So Cam Cooper back to punt it away. He gets it off in time. It's an end-over-end kick that lands outside the 30-yard line, takes a Bearcat bounce, and will be marked down just outside the 20. So it'll be the 3rd drive tonight for the Shermans coming up in their worst field position here in the first quarter to begin a drive.
Yeah, good job there by Cam Cooper, just flipping the field a little bit. Not a super long punt. I think it ends up being about a 30-yarder, but it gets a nice roll, goes end over end. Now gives the defense a little more room, where last possession they started at the 8-yard line, so they had almost no room.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Unioto from their own 21-yard line. Braden motions out to the left side. Isaac Coy back to pass, firing up the middle of the field for Blake Hoops. It's off the hands and incomplete. The first target and first pass attempt tonight for Coy to Hoops. 2nd and 10 now for Unioto.
Yeah, Hoops was only able to get one arm free on that. Makes it a lot harder catch to make. Not a bad thrown ball, but maybe had Caden Cutright on the outside. But we kind of talked in commercial like, well, Isaac Coy even had to throw the ball, so good to see him get out and throw it so far.
Same formation for Unioto on 2nd down and 10. Long motions up to the line. It's a handoff to Cody Braden, who's bottled up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for the junior. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Shermans.
Yeah, a lot better start to this possession for Paint Valley. Now they can bring in their pass defense here, because Unioto's going to have to put the ball in the air if they're wanting to pick up this 10 yards for the first down.
I believe the first 3rd down tonight for Unioto through their first 3 drives. Going to have to get it out to the 31-yard line for a fresh set of downs. Braden motions out to the right. Coy, it'll be a screen pass over the middle. Blake Hoops not ready for it. The incompletion will bring up a 4th and 10 for the Shermans.
Yeah, just they looked like they were off before the play even happened on the offensive line. I think that was to Hoops, but it may have been to David Long, and he just didn't get out. But good job defensively for the Bearcats to get a hold.
Bearcats able to force a 3-and-out. David Long back to punt. It'll be Jace Reinhardt right at the Bearcat 40-yard line to return. End-over-end kick from David Long rolls out of bounds in between the 45 and 50-yard line.
Where's he going to walk to? Oh. I don't know about that.
So the Bearcats will take over their best starting field position tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 49.
Yeah, a 30-yard punt there for David Long. I felt like it went out of bounds about 5 or 6 yards earlier, because Coach Hoops was about at the 49 when he caught it out of bounds. But still, the best field position of the night for the Bearcats, so let's see what they can do with it. a score here keeps them, in this game, especially with what they just did defensively right there.
Keep in mind the Bearcats, although we're just inside halfway through the opening quarter, Bearcats set to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. 1st and 10, Faber to throw to the near sideline. Pass is caught. Dres Bolin. First completion tonight for Faber.
Yeah, it's going to be a gain of 3. Sometimes you just got to see, it's kind of like we talked about in basketball before. Sometimes you just got to see one go in for a shooter. For Faber, you just got to see one completed right there. So get an easy completion, pick up 3.
So it'll be 2nd down, 7 yards to go as Carson Free takes the jet sweep to the left side, tries to cut it up to the left hash. Nowhere to go as he's brought down right at the numbers.
Yeah, and that ends up being a loss of 2, but that was also a pass. So for Free, doesn't get anything there. It looked like they're just trying to get the ball to one of their most dynamic players and get them into a good situation there, but ends up being a loss of 2. Really good job by Unioto to spread that out and make it to where he had nowhere to cut back.
3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Bearcats. Empty backfield for Faber, 5 wide for the Bearcats. Kane motioning across the line of scrimmage, flag down near side. Faber throwing over the middle, intended for Carson 3. It falls short and incomplete. It's the near sideline judge throwing the flag. Will await the call.
Looks like they're coming to talk to Coach Hoops, so I think it's going to be something motion-wise, yeah.
Penalty, a false start on the Bearcats. Of course, Matt Hoops and the Unioto Shermans opting to decline. It'll bring up 4th and 9 for Paint Valley.
I like the action where they're going on that. Jeremy Kane was possibly going to get out to the outside, but Faber just didn't have enough time to get him down for the wheel route on the outside.
So Cam Cooper standing on his own 35 to punt it away. Another end-over-end kick from Cooper, once again taking a very favorable Bearcat bounce inside the Sherman 15-yard line. Another outstanding punt for Cooper.
Yeah, I think with Caden Cutright back there for the Shermans, he's going to have to come up a few yards because maybe with Braylon Robertson kicking, maybe it's further in the air. But right now, end over end for about 25 yards, then you're getting the bounce, and it's picking up another 10 yards or so right there. Nice job there by Cam Cooper.
It's now the 4th drive tonight for the Shermans. Were forced 3 and out on their previous drive. 1st and 10 from the 13. Coy turns, handing it off to Braden as there was a whistle and flag prior to the snap. It'll be a false start on the Shermans. So that'll push them back deeper into their own territory.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like kind of a delay on the snap, but I think it was the up back that moved up and then kind of jumped a second time. So 1st and 15 now for the Shermans. Still, 14-0 lead. You feel pretty good right now if you're Coach Hoops, but you don't want to move backwards, especially after that last possession where you went 3 plays and got 0 yards.
Sherman's already behind the sticks, 1st and 15 from their own 8-yard line. 3 receivers set for the Shermans as long motions up to the line of scrimmage. A hard count for Unioto. They get James Annan of the Bearcats offside.
Yeah, they get that 5 yards right back. I don't know if the speaker's been on the whole time. That's the first time I've really heard it, but that's something we haven't really heard much this year. There's a couple games where we would have liked to have heard it.
Week 7 definitely comes to mind.
Yes, week 7.
Fairland
100.
at
Yes, 100%.
That would have been a long-winded explanation. Although we most likely wouldn't have been able to hear it anyways, the boos that would have rained in the Coliseum down in Portsmouth. So back to 1st and 10 for Unioto. Braden motioning out to the left. It's Coy back to pass, nearly picked off as it was Kane in coverage. Pass intended for Caden Cutright. 2nd and 10 coming up for Unioto.
Yeah, really good job there by Jeremy Kane of recovering right there. Comes from a few yards behind. And really, Caden Cutright catches it. He's so dynamic, a big play's coming on that. So nice job defensively by the Bearcats. It's 2nd and 10. They have not updated the scoreboard. There, they did.
Now 2nd and 10 for Unioto. Coy back to pass, firing to the far sideline. It's to Blake Hoops, and it's brought in as Hoops. Forced out of bounds by Jace Reinhardt, about a yard shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, and for me, part of that was a little bit like we said on the previous possession for Paint Valley. Just get that first pitch and catch out there easy, because Coy was 0 for 3 before that, and he leads the SEC in completion percentage, so hadn't seen a whole lot of incompletions throughout the year.
The helmet for Hoops coming off after the play. It's Jack Weingardner into the formation for the Shermans. And it looks like we're going to have an official measurement given the ball spotted on the far sideline. This should be rather quick.
Yeah, I will say Coach Hoops needs to get a new chin strap for his son on that, because that's all three games we've done of the Sherman so far. He's lost his helmet. That one seemed a little less aided than the previous ones did. And you need him on the field for like a 3rd and short right here. Now you're probably going to run the ball, but it'd be nice to have your number one option is he's got 42 catches to lead the SVC on the outside.
So instead of just measuring it on the sideline, the officials march it out to the right hash to measure it. Now the chain gang will walk all the way back to the sideline. It'll be 3rd and short now.
I think they wanted to be exact on that, on where they had it marked.
Heavy formation for the Shermans on 3rd and short. Yusef Wilson and I believe Donzel Newland also in for Unioto. Handoff between the tackles. Cody Braden bottled up at the line of scrimmage. However, forward progress may have gotten him the line to gain. It'll be a 1st down for Unioto.
Yeah, when you only need about 6 inches, you get about 1.5 feet is all you needed, and Braden does a good job there of hitting that hole quickly, even with the high snap. Paint Valley did a good job of bottling up there, but when you only need that little bit,
The Shermans able to convert the 3rd and short as we creep past the 4-minute mark here in the opening quarter. Braden motioning to the near side. Isaac Coy back to pass over the middle. Isaac Coy looking for Cutright, but it's brought in by Hoops. Blake Hoops down to inside the Bearcat 40-yard line. They had 2 receivers in the area, and it was the senior Blake Hoops with the over-the-shoulder grab all the way down to the Bearcat 40-yard line.
Yeah, picks up 36 on the play. He had 2 guys, and it just so happened, I believe they tripped over each other as well, so probably is a score, if not, but I mean that's something you're going to look for in, when they go back and they watch the film, they got to be making sure the guys aren't running the same route or running to the same area. Nice throw, though, by Coy. Nice catch also for Blake Hoops.
So the Shermans now on the plus 40-yard line. Coy back to pass, lobbing it up the right hash, intended for Cutright, and it's broken up and incomplete. Jeremy Kane and Jace Reinhardt in on the coverage for the Bearcats. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice play by the Bearcats secondary.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance when Caden Cutright's running a route, it's going to be upfield. And they did a good job of reading that and not interfering on the play, because that's an easy spot to interfere.
Second and 10 now for the Shermans. Cutright and Hoops out to the right side. Levi Beam soloed up near side. It'll be Cody Braden with the 2nd down handoff between the tackles. Out to the 36-yard line for a pickup of 4.
Yeah, good job of keeping his feet moving not necessarily forward there as he was going backwards. Falls backwards, picks up 4. He's got 40 yards now on 8 carries, so averaging five a pop.
Third and 6 now for the Shermans. Play action, Coy rolling to his left. He'll dump it off. David Long into the open field, has the new set of downs inside the Bearcat 25.
Yeah, good easy pitch and catch there, and then Long, he gets hit about the line to gain, but he's able to pick up an extra 5 yards by just being very physical on the play. A pickup of 11. Nice play design there for the Shermans.
6th catch of the season for David Long. He's had exactly 1 catch in each of the last 3 weeks. Fresh set of downs for Unioto. 1st and 10 from the 24. First down carry, Cody Braden. Up the left hash and marked down at the 21. A pickup of 3 for the junior.
Yeah, nice little pickup. Breaks through a tackle initially and is able to pick up the 3. So Sherman's in good position here.
And for Unioto, John, coming into tonight, averaging 32 points per game in their most dominant quarter, the first, averaging 12 points in the frame.
Yeah, they've done a really good job early in games, and they've done so far tonight.
Now 2nd and 7 for the Shermans. Back-to-back handoffs for Cody Braden as he looks to get it out to the right edge inside the Bearcat 20-yard line.
Ends up picking up 3 again. It looked like Jeremy Kane was almost able to rip that ball out, but Braden does a good job falling forward, picks up 3. So you got a 3rd and manageable again here for the Shermans. Need to get to the 14. It's got his 3rd and 5 on the board, but maybe it is 5.
So the Shermans marked down at the 19-yard line. Third and 5 for Unioto. Kane off the right edge, a handoff. Between the tackles, Cody Braden. Bottled up for a pickup of about 1 yard. From the 18, it would be a 35-yarder for Liam Matthey. He's 2 for 2 on the year with a long of 33.
Yeah, I think something's going on with the play clock. I almost said the shot clock. It looks like we're going to be able to run this out, and we'll be going to the 2nd quarter.
So the Braden 3rd down carry will be the last of the opening quarter of tonight's Week 9 matchup between the Unioto Shermans and Paint Valley Bearcats. A 14-0 Sherman lead. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School. John Bruce along with Dewey Daly bringing you tonight's coverage. A dominant first quarter for the Shermans, out to a 14-0 advantage, now threatening to begin the 2nd quarter of play.
Yeah, but a 4th and 5 coming up. Big play here for the Bearcats.
Coy spins to hand it off. A whistle and a flag prior to the snap, and it will be on the Bearcats. The far side line judge is signaling.
That's tough. Because that means you're just lined up.
Encroachment on the far side corner, Parker Zamora. That'll push the Shermans inside the Bearcat 15 and give them a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and that's a player that's not really involved in the play. So that's really tough, especially when it looked like they got a really good jump off the ball there.
So given that it was prior to the snap, although not too important, shouldn't there still be 12
Yes.
minutes on the clock?
We'll talk about that.
Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for the Shermans. Coy spins and hands it off to Cody Braden up the right hash. So he stood up at the line of scrimmage, able to truck forward for a pickup of 2. Officially a pickup of 1 yard for Braden. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Shermans.
Yeah, whatever adjustment Paint Valley's made so far, they've done a good job of slowing down this running game after those first 2 possessions for the Shermans, as along of 4 over the last 7 carries for Braden.
So a whistle and flag prior to the snap once again from the far side line judge. It will simply be a sideline warning on the Bearcats.
Let's mark that down, because that could be important at the latest possible moment of the game.
Could be important on a an untimed 2-point conversion. We've only seen it 1 time this year, but I'd say 1 time is 1 time too many.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Unioto 2nd and 9 from the Bearcat 13. David Long and Cody Braden in the backfield with Isaac Coy. Coy dropping back to pass, rolling out to his right, lobbing it into the end zone and out of bounds, intended for Blake Hoops. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Shermans.
Yeah, Hoops was pointing up, but he was the only person, and there was 3 defenders in the general area. Just a smart play there by Coy. Lived to fight another play. And really, Paint Valley, since those first, and the second possession doesn't really matter because it was 8 yards. But since that first possession, they've done really good defensively so far, making Coy not very comfortable, but also down 14-0 early.
4 wide for the Shermans. Long back to pass protect. A screen pass to the far side. It's Blake Hoops. After the catch out to the 10-yard line, however, shedding tackles and still on his feet, brought up just shy of the 5-yard line.
That was a heck of a run after carry there for Blake Hoops, who is not an easy one to take down at all. Ends up being, 2 yards short, so a gain of 7 on the play, when it looked like it was going to be about a gain of what? About 3?
So another big-time 4th down for the Shermans in the red zone. 4th and 2 coming up.
And maybe where they're at the angle, maybe they're thinking to not go for it there, or not go for the field goal. But you got time to talk about it.
The Shermans elect to take their first time out here in the first half. 4th and 2 coming up on the other end.
Yeah, we could see some weird stuff happening tonight because we got a full moon. Good job by our Kenneth Hay to quickly get it and then get off of it. But for the Shermans, 4th down.
Blood moon
yeah.
as well. I don't know if that has any werewolf meaning or anything, but it seems like it could be rather important.
Yeah, that's something. So you never know. We could see some wildness. Could see some wildness through this game based off of that. Isaac Coy is going towards the bench. They may be getting a kicking ball. Looks like
from the 6-yard line, given 7 yards for the snap, it would be a 23-yarder for Liam Matthew. Now Cody Braden taking direct snaps. John, we saw
this
that
has not
last
worked.
week on a couple 2-point conversions. They did convert on the last attempt.
Yeah,
so it looks like Isaac Coy going to stay on the sideline. It'll be Yusef Wilson along with Cody Braden, the 2 Sherman tailbacks in the backfield.
Yeah, going to just go Wildcat.
Cody Braden takes the direct snap. He'll hand it off. Yusef Wilson up the middle of the field, should have the first down.
Well, I like the play call, just because you expect with it going Wildcat that it's just going to be Braden coming in, but they use Wilson in motion, and he comes with a lot of power, gets hit about a yard short, but is able to power through the tackle and gets ultimately down to the 3 for a pickup of 3.
Coy remains out of the game. Another direct snap to Cody Braden, straight ahead for the score. The third rushing touchdown simply in the first half for Cody Braden. Touchdown Shermans.
Yeah, you pick up that 4th down. Maybe it hurts the will a little bit of the Bearcats, and then you just go almost the same action, but that one with just Braden going ahead. He is loading up the touchdowns for the Shermans.
2 minutes into the second quarter, Liam Matthey on for the point after. The junior moves to 3-3 on the night. On PATs, a 21-point advantage for the Shermans with 10 minutes to go in the first half. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School. The Shermans out to a commanding 21-point lead. Just 2 minutes into the second quarter, Liam Matthey on to boot it away. Matthey once again sends it deep. It'll be the third return for Gage Wagner. Wagner up the far sideline. He'll be brought down inside the Bearcat 30.
Yeah, nice job there. Once again, Gage Wagner's done a good job returning, and that was a tough one because of how hard it was coming through. Now, that scoring drive for the Shermans took 6 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock, 15 plays, 87 yards after a really good punt from Cam Cooper, but Shermans...
4th down conversions as well.
Yeah,
both
so
inside the red zone.
Just able to just grind that, that clock, and that's where that offensive line has been really good for them so far. And it does so there to get them into the end zone for a third time.
So the Bearcats still looking to get on the board here in Week 9. Faber throwing it to the far sideline. Pass is caught. The first reception tonight for Willie Wheaton. So he's forced out of bounds, but not until a pickup of about 7 yards for the senior. Officially a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4 coming up for the Bearcats. Faber hands it off. Jeremy Kane brought down hard just outside the line of scrimmage. Pickup of 1.
Yeah, I think that was David Long was able to make the play. As soon as Kane slowed to cut, Long was able to catch up there, but picks up a yard. So now you got a 3rd and 3 coming up. Big play, because you got to score on this possession if you're the Bearcats.
3rd and 3 now for Paint Valley. 2 receivers near side. Cooper tight to the left side of the line. Faber rolling out to his left, throwing it to the near side. What a play, over the shoulder grab for Carson Free as he moves the chain.
Yeah, and I believe Faber was hit as he throws it and is able to get enough on it. And then Carson Free just makes a really nice play. Ends up picking up 11 in the first down. Big play for the Bearcats. Only the 2nd catch for Free. Now has 9 yards after the 11-yard gain there.
5 wide for the Bearcats with 4 receivers to the far side. Empty backfield for Faber. First and 10 from the 47. Faber lasers it to the near side, brought in by Drez Bolin. Now on the Sherman side of the field, I believe the second grab tonight for Bolin.
Yeah, second short one, that one for 4. He had 3 on the first one, but moving the ball a little bit. That's a positive. Get a 4-yard gain there, pick up 4 on this one, you're in good shape. And you got to get the ball out really quick because of how good this Sherman's defensive line is.
Kane lines up in the backfield alongside Faber. Free motions into the slot. It'll be Kane on the second down carry as he takes it out to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 2 yards for Kane.
I would like to see if they can get Kane the ball a little bit outside because right now the inside, there's not much there as he's picked up 4 on the last 3 carries for him after that really big first carry. But 3rd and 3 coming up.
Four receivers set for the Bearcats with 3 to the far side. Shotgun snap for Faber. Under pressure, forced out of the pocket. Lobbing it to the right side, and it's batted away and incomplete. There is a flag down in the Bearcat backfield.
I think it's going to be a hold.
Carson Free, the intended target for Faber. There's multiple Shermans in on the coverage. Holding on the Bearcats, it will be accepted by Unioto. So what would have been a 4th and 3, now a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, you get an extra play now if you're Paint Valley, so I don't know if I take that there, but at the same time, the 4th and 3 is a whole lot easier than a 3rd and 13 is, but you still have two chances.
So the Bearcats offense remains on the field. Free motions behind Faber. Speed option to the right side. Free looking to throw, lobbing it downfield, and it's picked off. Caden Cutright with his 2nd interception of the night. And John, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cutright now the all-time leader in interceptions in school history for Unioto.
Yeah, he had 7 last year to tie John Vanderpool for a single season, and then that one either ties or breaks Vanderpool's record with 14 because Cutright had 2 as a sophomore, so at the very least he's tied it. But either way, 14 picks now on the career for Caden Cutright.
You said, John, the 6th and team-leading interception on the season for Caden Cutright as the Shermans take over on their own 33.
Well, if that's 6, then yes, that is the breaker. I can't do math. I'm sorry. Yeah, congratulations to Caden on that.
So the Shermans 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Empty backfield for Coy as he pushes it out. This will be Levi Beam, his first touch tonight, barreling over a defender out past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a pickup of 4, but that's kind of an impactful pickup of 4, as it looked like he was only going to pick up a couple on the play, but is able to get to the outside and run over a defender, picks up 4.
Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6.
So after the Beam carry, 2nd and 6 for Unioto. Coy drops back to pass, lobs it to the near side, looking for hoops downfield as he's forced out of bounds, and the pass is incomplete. The junior Gage Wagner in coverage for the Bearcats.
Yeah, good job by Gage Wagner there, just not allowing Blake Hoops to get upfield, just plays him to the sideline, and it ends up being a really uncatchable ball there.
In that case, obviously the sideline working as
yes.
an extra defender. Hoops obviously running out of room as he got further downfield. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Shermans. Coy out in the pistol, directly behind him, the junior tailback, Cody Braden. Braden motions out of the backfield, now empty. Coy a screen pass. David Long, his 2nd catch of the night, out past the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they've done a good job. That's 2 different times now. They've just ran a nice little screen to Long, Long, who in the preseason looked like he may be the quarterback for the Shermans because of how well he runs with the ball and can control the, kind of the action. Does a really good job of picking up the first there, a pickup of 11. His second pickup of 11 on the night.
7th catch of the season for David Long. Sherman's now 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Coy turns to hand it off. Braden out past midfield for a pickup of about 3.
Yeah, really, out of the first 5 carries for Cody Braden, he had 35 yards. Since then, he's had a long of 4. It's 0-1, 4-3-3, 0-2-3-3. So whatever adjustments Coach Jedi and his staff did against the run, they've done really good for the Bearcats. But it is still adding up, as that's 54 yards now for Braden on the night.
Second and 7 now for Unioto. A quick pass near side. Blake Hoops after the catch out to the 45-yard line, as there are 3 flags down on the play. 2 at the spot of the tackle. There's also one on the on the far sideline.
Yeah, Caden Cartwright got the hold here. I don't know what the far side is. The far side could be in an area of like maybe offsides, because they've been lined up offsides a couple times.
So the refs now coming together to discuss the multiple penalties on the play.
Oh, he had it.
So it looks like both penalties are going to be on the Shermans. The first, an illegal procedure. That one declined. The second, a holding on the near sideline. That one enforced. That'll make it 2nd down and 17 for the Shermans. Coy rolling out to his left. Stepping up in the pocket, firing over the middle of the field. It's caught. Levi Beam off to the races. Levi Beam inside the Bearcat 10.
47-yard pass and catch there. Nice job there by Beam. Once he makes the catch and getting free, he sees that the Bearcats are all to his left, cuts it right back to the right, is able to pick up some extra yardage to get to the 10. It really looked like Bryce Blanton was going to get there for the Bearcats, but Coy able to make one extra move and get free.
No catches last week for Levi Beam. His first tonight, 2nd touch overall. This one takes the Shermans into the red zone. 4 wide for Unioto. Design keeper Isaac Coy up the right hash, breaking it out to the right side. Isaac Coy to the pylon. Touchdown, Shermans.
On a designed run for your quarterback, you don't expect him to break the tackle there at about the 1-yard line. A nice little spin out of it for Coy with another score. He's got 41 yards on the ground now today, which, I mean, he only had 60 coming into the game. So a nice first half for Isaac Coy.
The 4th rushing touchdown on the season for Isaac Coy, his 2nd in as many weeks. Mattheon for the point after. He knocks it through, however, a whistle and flag prior to the snap.
Sure, Coach Hoops would rather that not be called dead, because you make it, you just want to get the point. But because it was before, you're gonna have to replay it. But
this will give the Shermans half the distance, and it looks like Matt Hoop's going to throw the 2-point conversion team onto the field. And what I mean by that is you're going to see Yusef Wilson and Cody Braden in the backfield as Coy comes off.
Yeah, it could be a lot of action like what they got to score the last touchdown for Braden.
So Braden out in the Wildcat. 3 lead blockers between the tackles, and he's in for the 2-point try. Now a 29-0 lead for the Shermans with 5:10 to go in the first half. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Glow Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glow Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glow Fiber is here. Welcome to Glow Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
(29-0) lead for the Shermans as we welcome you back to Unioto High School. 4th rushing touchdown of the season for Isaac Coy, his 2nd in as many weeks. Mattheon to boot it away.
A little more air into that one.
Wagner to return. No, it'll be Carson Free who takes it away from his own 15-yard line out to the 30. 15-yard return for Carson Free.
Yeah, for Free, I get it because you're trying to get, trying to make something happen right there. But with a kick that high, about the best you're going to do is return that out to about the 30. So decent field position here for the Bearcats. They do get the ball to start the second half, so a score here would be vital.
Looks like Kenneth Hay doing a fantasy basketball draft over here. Quite the time. I've never dove into fantasy basketball.
I won it the last time I played it, and then I retired.
Went out on top.
Yeah, I hate it.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats from their own 29-yard line. A first down handoff to Jeremy Kane. Nowhere to go.
I believe that's Ben
Griffin.
Yeah, Ben Griffin with a loss of 2 on the play. Griffin's been really good for them so far this year. As a senior, just bumps, just beats his man and is able to pull down Kane in the backfield.
So the Bearcats behind the sticks, 2nd down and 11. Free motions across the line of scrimmage into the right slot. Shotgun snap for Faber, rolling out to his right. As he lasers it to the far sideline, it's brought in. First catch tonight for the junior Cam Cooper.
Yeah, good job there by Cooper pulling that in. A pretty low throw. Ends up picking up 3. So 3rd and 9 coming up.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 9.
Free motions across the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap for Faber. Under pressure, rolling to his left. Faber, and the ball is out. It's stripped away. And Javon Smith in on the recovery for the Shermans as they take over inside the Bearcat 25.
Yeah, one name we haven't mentioned so far tonight. We haven't mentioned Judah Zickerfus. He's the one who's tracking Carson Free on that play. That's where that play design is for, and Zickerfus does a great job of just shutting that off, and then that just gives that defensive line a little more time, and then a big hit for Bryce Jarvis.
Jacob Renner.
Oh, Jacob Renner, all right.
Sherman to force it out. Smith on the recovery. The Shermans back in possession. 1st and 10, Coy back to pass. Lobbing it to the far sideline, incomplete.
Yeah.
Intended for Cody Braden on the wheel route up the far sideline as a flag is down.
Yeah,
Most likely a pass interference on the Bearcats.
If you're a linebacker on the outside, there's not a lot you can do on that. I know if you get your head turned at certain levels, that kind of negates it, but that one was just, a little underthrown, which benefits Unioto right there in a big way. So I believe that's half the distance.
So that'll be officially a 10-yard penalty, making it first down, goal to go from the 10-yard line for Unioto. Sherman's out in the pistol. Coy turns, hands it off. Cody Braden out to the numbers inside the 5, carrying defenders all the way to the Bearcat 3.
Yeah, it's his long run of the last 11 carries for him as he gets down to the 3. He's not the biggest, but he's still a load to carry or to bring down because he just runs so hard.
3 rushing touchdowns already on the night. And Cody Braden, not even at halftime yet.
And he got the 2-point conversion, so he's got 20.
Long and Braden in the backfield alongside Coy. Coy hands it off. Cody Braden out to the right edge as he's brought down. Gage Wagner. And on the stop for the Bearcats, 3rd and goal for Unioto.
Yeah, Wagner's had a nice night for them so far. It's been a rough night for the Bearcats, but he does a good job. They're going to put it close to the line of scrimmage. I felt that was a tackle for loss. If I'm scoring at home, I'm scoring that as a tackle for loss for Wagner. But a good job by Braden to get it closer to the line of scrimmage.
Same formation for the Shermans. 3rd down, goal to go from the 3. Coy, play action, rolling to his left, firing into the end zone, and it's Blake Hoops for the touchdown.
Nice action there for the Shermans. He had a couple options, ends up hitting Hoops. I believe that's his 6th score of the season for Blake Hoops. Nice play design there.
Hoops now tied with Caden Cutright for the team high 6 receiving touchdowns on the year. 3-yard completion from Coy to Hoops. Mattheon for the point after. Matthew knocks it through for the 4th time tonight. And it's a 36-0 score with 2:24 to go in the first half. Unioto out in front big. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School. 36-point advantage for the Shermans with 2:24 to go in the first half. Mattheon to boot it away for Unioto. Booming kick from Matthew. It'll be returned by Wagner, who bobbles it. Now returning from inside his zone 10, Wagner. Out past the 15-yard line for the Bearcats.
Yeah, the lights are a lot better than they used to be here, but still you get that ball up in the lights, can be tough to catch. Nice kickoff there for Matthew. The last two have been really good because they've gotten some nice air under them. 2:17 to play here in the half. I think if you're Paint Valley, anything positive you can get here going into the half is a big thing, because right now there hasn't been a whole lot of positives so far for the Bearcats.
First and 10 from the 17 for Paint Valley. Miscommunication in the backfield as the handoff from Faber was muffed. It looks like the Bearcats were able to get back on top of it. C.J. Mannion in the backfield for Paint Valley, able to recover the fumble.
Yeah, good job by the senior there, just getting on it, not trying to do too much, like not trying to scoop and make something happen there. You just got to, take care of the ball.
So Mannion remains in the backfield. We've seen a lot of Jeremy Kane. He's in the slot on the near side. Faber rolling to his left under pressure, lobbing it to the near sideline, and it's brought in by the junior tight end, Cam Cooper. Forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line, a pickup of 5 on the Faber-Cooper connection.
Yeah, short gain. And once again, you're just trying to do so much on the move to where Faber's not able to get his feet set at any point. So it's got to be these short gains.
Third
3rd and 7 for Paint Valley. Faber under pressure, steps up at the pocket. He's going to keep it himself, but he's brought down prior to the line to gain as Marcel James was in on the stop for Unioto. It'll be 4th and short for Paint Valley.
Yeah, with a minute left here, I would think it's a punt, but I think they're going to let the clock go down, is what it looks like.
15 seconds remain on the play clock, so this would run it down to about 35 ticks.
Yeah, then that would be, at that point, then the punt's coming, but. Which, I mean, the players want you to go for it, but the smart thing is to punt this away, because you don't get it. Even though it's 40 seconds left in the half, with Union's offense, there's a good chance that they could score in a couple plays, especially when they got a couple timeouts left as well.
So the first timeout tonight for Corey Dye and the Paint Valley Bearcats comes with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Trailing the Shermans 36-0 here in week 9.
Yeah, didn't expect this. We knew with Robertson out, that was going to hurt Paint Valley, and it was probably an advantage for Unioto coming into the game because of, with that. But, 36 points is a whole lot. The 3 turnovers have been really big. It's just, it's been a tough night for the Bearcats.
Cam Cooper back to punt it away. Nobody back deep for the Shermans. Playing it safe as the punt from Cooper lands on the other side of the 50-yard line and rolls inside the Sherman 40. So with 28 seconds to go, Unioto will take over at their own 39.
Got 2 timeouts. I wouldn't expect much here. 28.7 left here in the half. I don't know why the scoreboard thing's doing this here, because it made sense that, there's a dot on this scoreboard. Yeah, so Unioto's going to take a knee.
Coy under center will drop the knee, and that will most likely do it for the first half here in week 9. A 36-point advantage for Unioto heading into the break. The Bearcats, for what it's worth, set to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glow Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glow Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glow Fiber is here. Welcome to Glowhio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Moving on from the upbeat American instance of the weather reports Birdland, we're bringing a Latin feel to the field to keep you on your feet. We're asking you how you're doing with Oye Como Va. The groove doesn't stop, and neither do we. So stay dancing with us through our last song, and we'll also be saying, Go, Daddy-O. The Paint Valley Marching Jazz Time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Unioto High School Marching Shermans. Under direction of Colin Thorne III, assisted by Mr. Jonathan Thorne and color guard instructor, Miss Maureen Simon. The 2024 field commanders Jake Hodge and the guest commanders are McKinley Haynes and Isabella Fox Matalewski. For this evening's performance, we feature some of your favorite rock hits. First, from 1986 film Top Gun, here's Danger Zone. Get cool, relax, and get hip for this hit by Queen. Get ready to dance to a crazy little thing called love. The Marching Shermans are once again excited to welcome the members of our 7th grade bands onto the field. They've been working hard throughout the first 9 weeks in preparation for tonight's performance. Next, we're going to take you all the way back to 1957 with this doo-wop hit from the Dell Vikings. This song is Here Is Come Go With Me. Let's give a Bulldogs round of applause for Unioto High School and 7th grade Martin Shermans. All right, get your split the pot ticket out. The winner tonight wins $164. The winning ticket is number 234394. 234394. If you have that ticket, please bring it to the press box. 234394.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School, a 36-0 half of high school football here in Southern Ohio as the Shermans out in front big, set to kick things off here in the third quarter. Paint Valley set to receive.
Yeah, just from really the kickoff. From the opening kickoff, Unioto takes the ball down. First possession goes 64 yards in 6 plays to score. They get an interception from Caden Cartwright on the next possession. And then it was, an 8-yard touchdown score from Cody Braden. And really, it was all Shermans after that. So Bryce Derringer is going to be the one coming out to kick off for the Shermans. And really not a ton stat-wise throughout the first half. Our Derek Webb has them. I believe he tweeted those out. But for the big part of it was Paint Valley. They're playing without Braylon Robertson, which obviously is a huge loss. but 3 turnovers in the first half, 2 interceptions, both for Caden Cartwright, who ties the Unioto record with John Vanderpool for 14 career interceptions. And then a forced fumble from Jacob Renner, who, good for him. This is one of the first games he's been healthy all season for the Shermans. He gets a strip sack.
Rocking the Guardian cap.
Yeah, rocking the Guardian cap. You got to take care of yourself if you can do it. I don't know why, I know there's a player for the Bills the other night wore it as he was coming back from a concussion, and he played carefree, it looked like. So, I would like to see more people do it because, as long as you can fix it in a way.
So Darren Giron to boot it away as we look to get things going here in the third quarter. John Bruce along with Dewey Daly bringing you tonight's coverage. For some reason, only 11 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Nonetheless, second half underway here in Week 9. It'll be Carson Free on the return for the Bearcats as he's out past the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Eli Ward has been all over the place in kickoff coverage so far. And does a nice job there slowing down Carson Free. We do have the running clock, which is why I didn't know it started before the kickoff actually happened. But, yeah, this is the first time for us with it this year.
We've had a lot of luck.
Yeah,
One-score games every week up until last. It was only a 2-score, and it was really a 1-score all the way up until the fourth quarter. This one obviously getting a little bit out of hand in the first half. So for the Bearcats, Carson Free behind center. He'll take the direct snap and take it out to the right side. Carson Free off to the races and out past midfield, a pickup of about 23 yards on the first play from scrimmage here in the third quarter for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Shermans realized who was in the backfield there, as Free is able to fake it, pull it down, and does a good job of just not throwing that quick out that was probably going to get knocked down by Bryce Jarvis on the outside.
C.J. Mannion in the backfield along with Free. As he takes another snap, fumbles the handoff, and the ball is free, and it looks like the Shermans are on top of it. It appeared to be Marcel James in on the recovery for the Shermans. And it is. Unioto takes over on the plus 49-yard line.
Yeah, and that's where you're trying, something a little bit different, so the handoffs aren't going to be as practiced, especially, with a different quarterback and a different running back there. So they probably haven't done a whole lot of that so far. I would guess this will be the only possession for Unioto's offense if they're able to score on this.
First teamer still out on the field as Coy is in the pistol. Cody Braden directly behind Coy. Pitch out near side, Cody Braden looking for the edge. He's not going to get there. Jeremy Kane on the TFL for the Bearcats as a flag is tossed around the 40-yard line after the play.
Yeah, this is something you don't want to see. You don't want to see anything like that happen. Really nice play there by Jeremy Kane. He's played well after not starting initially, but he's done a nice job for the Bearcats. It makes a nice play there on Cody Braden. It's going to be on.
19 defense.
It's the junior Cam Cooper, a personal foul after the play. So despite the TFL for Kane, the Shermans now inside the Bearcat 35 with a fresh set of down.
Yeah, but don't let that that kind of calm down to anything from the really nice play by Jeremy Kane right there.
So the Shermans now 1st and 10 from the plus 34-yard line. Tight formation for Unioto. Coy to pass. Under pressure, Isaac Coy loses the football and it's out. And the Bearcats are on top of it. Caleb Saunders on the recovery for Paint Valley as they take it right back on their own 41.
Yeah, after the 4th turnover of the game for the Bearcats, they forced their first one for the Shermans as there's I don't know what, but there was nothing going on at all for the Shermans on that play, and Coy is stripped, leading to the recovery for Saunders. Nice play by the Bearcats.
First and 10 Bearcats on round 41.
So the Bearcats offense right back on the field with Carson Free in the shotgun. Free back to pass, steps up in the pocket, lobbing it over the middle of the field, and it's brought in. The free connection to Drez Bolin. Longest completion of the night for a Bearcat quarterback, and it comes from Carson Free on the 1st and 10 play.
Ends up being a gain of 40. Nice pitch and catch from Free to Bolin. Bolin with a good size advantage on Levi Beam was able to go up and get it.
Bearcats now into the red zone. For John, I believe the first time tonight. Shotgun snap, Carson Free near side looking for Kane. On the bubble pass, it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for Paint Valley.
Yeah, just once again, it's where you're playing different guys in different positions. You're trying whatever you can. Sometimes you're going to have some miscommunication. It just looked like just a lot of action on the play, and it leads to the incompletion.
So a 3-receiver set for the Bearcats. Cam Cooper tight to the right side of the line. C.J. Mannion in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, and it's out once again. Javon Smith, his 2nd fumble recovery of the night. And the Shermans right back in possession.
Yeah, it's you're just playing different positions. Good job for Javon Smith, who's a kid we talked about last week. He does a really good job of coming in and creating havoc as a defensive end. Hasn't had a whole lot of numbers to show for it on the year, but he's able to pick up 2 fumbles today, and he's a big energy guy for this Unioto team. So always good to see a guy like that be able to make a play. Only a junior, though.
For the Shermans, Isaac Coy remains in the game. So Unioto keeps it on the ground. Looks to be Yusef Wilson on the first down toad for the Shermans.
His 2nd carry of the game. Picked up a big first down on a 4th and 2 earlier. Picked up 3. He only gets 2 on that carry. He had a touchdown in week 1 against Vinton County where it was kind of a grinding the ball away. But if you watch our stream in week 3, he carried the ball a good bit in that win over Waverly. That was kind of before they discovered Braden at the running back position.
Coy turns, hands it off. Back-to-back carries for Yusef Wilson as he's brought down by Abbott Johnson.
Nice play by Johnson, getting through there. Ends up not being a TFL, but it is no gain. I think this is the first time we said his name tonight.
Johnson, one of the 2 junior linebackers for the Bearcats, along with Cam Cooper. For Paint Valley, all upperclassmen on the defensive side. Third down and 8 from the minus 25-yard line. Long and Wilson in the backfield along with Coy. Isaac Coy lobbing it downfield and incomplete. Looking for Levi Beam up the left hash. 4th and 8 for Unioto.
Yeah, good coverage downfield. Because Unioto's done a good job this year with that, the pump fake, kind of double move type play, and the defender on the outside, I can't pick up a number. I believe that's 6. That's Parker Zamora. Does a good job of just staying with Beam on the play. Good job in coverage by Zamora.
David Long on his own 11-yard line to punt it away. Spiraling kick from Long. And it'll be a fair catch for Jace Reinhardt inside the Bearcat 40-yard line.
Nice 38-yard punt there for Long. Good job there by Jace Reinhardt. Just, if it's going over your head, just fair catch it, because anything over your head, or if you try to make too much happen there, it can just lead to bad things.
First and 10 Bearcats on their own 37.
So the Bearcats take over 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Carson Free remains in the game out of the pistol. He'll look to throw on 1st down, fires it to the near side. It's brought in by Drez Bolin, who continues to have quite the night on the outside for Paint Valley. John, I believe his 4th catch overall in the night.
Yeah, 4th catches for 53 yards now, or 54 yards now for Bolin.
And for Paint Valley, a lot to get excited about is next season you have Faber, Bolin, and Kane all coming back.
Yeah, really dynamic players there. Got to find something else in the backfield, but really dynamic athletes on the outside.
Carson Free out of the pocket, lobbing it to the right side as he's brought down in the backfield, able to avoid the sack, so that'll keep it at 3rd and short.
And that was another one where Javon Smith, he's so close to getting, I don't think he has a sack on the year, but he comes close there, gets a hurry. And, Free just, big, strong, really good athlete, does a good job of fighting through it and just getting that ball away.
6'4", 210 for Carson Free. Free to throw, lobbing it to the near side. Guess who? Drez Bolin. Moves the chains for Paint Valley.
Yeah, pick up a 4. Good job there. They've done a really good job. Unioto giving them a lot of space on the outside, and just take what you're given.
First and 10, Carson Free to throw. Fires it up the right hash, nearly intercepted. Looking for Willie Wheaton on the far sideline. Levi Beam in coverage for the Shermans.
Yeah, Beam only a sophomore. As Coach Hoops has to be really excited with what he's been able to bring for him. He's had a lot of carries in week 3, but since then they've found some different spots for him. Does a good job in coverage on that play. And really on the 40-yard pass to Drez Bolin was pretty good coverage. Just Bolin went up and just outsized him on it.
Now 2nd and 10, Carson Free hands it off. C.J. Mannion between the tackles and inside the Sherman 40-yard line. Longest play from scrimmage tonight for C.J. Mannion. 1st down, Paint Valley.
Yeah, good cut upfield by Mannion.
Fresh set of downs for Paint Valley. Less than 60 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the plus 38-yard line. Carson Free, quarterback keeper to the left side as he's brought down in the backfield. Javon Smith on the TFL. 2-yard loss on the carry for Free.
Yeah, Henry Vallette made the play on that play downfield on C.J. Mannion's play, only a freshman. So nice play by the freshman to maybe stop a bigger play, and that's going to be the quarter.
We're through 3 here in week 9, a scoreless 3rd quarter, and a 36-point advantage for the Shermans. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School. 4th quarter now underway. Paint Valley in possession of the football. 2nd and 12. Check that, it was 2nd and 12 for Paint Valley. Now back to the original line of scrimmage for the Bearcats.
Eli Ward with the tackle there for the Shermans. Going to try to make sure we get all these, the kids that we don't normally call their names here on Friday nights, what we can.
Free back to pass on second down, lobbing it to the near side. Levi Beam on the takeaway. Beam now on the return, gets a big-time block from Eli Ward. It will draw the flag as Beam's able to return it out past the 30-yard line. And after the play, Willie Wheaton down around the 15 as he took a big-time shot from Eli Ward on the return from Beam.
Yeah, hopefully you take your time getting up, because that was, it's a blindside block on it ends up, it ends up. Yeah, but a really nice play by Levi Beam on the play as the route that
I believe the first interception on the year for Levi Beam, and John, I would have to assume, being a sophomore, potentially the first in the varsity career for him as well.
Yeah, and it's always good. I know the game at this point is out of hand, but it always feels good to get those varsity first anytime you can. And really, we've seen it all year. There's a lot of these, blindside blocks on interceptions, returns like that. So, it's just kids get excited, go to block, and, hopefully Wheaton's okay.
So Wheaton still being helped off the field after the play. And for Unioto, it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. For Unioto next week, they'll stay here at home with a chance for their second consecutive gold ball against the Southeastern Panthers. For Paint Valley, they'll head back to Bainbridge to host St. Trace. 1st and 10, Yusef Wilson up the left hash. Yusef Wilson out past the 20-yard line. First down, Unioto.
Yeah, going to be a pickup of 14 there by Wilson. Does a good job cutting back. Wilson's a player they're really excited about as he's really dynamic. Does a nice job, like as we said, cutting back, picks up 14 on the play.
For Wilson coming into tonight, 36 carries for a $147. The issue for Wilson, it seemed up to this point, may have been holding on to the football. His 3 fumbles through 36 carries coming once again into week 9. First down, back to Wilson. He shanks a couple tackles and barrels over a defender just shy of the 30-yard line, a pickup of 7 for the sophomore.
Yeah, and I believe all of those fumbles came against Westfall. I think it was, and then the next week was when it was, okay, Cody Braden, it's your time, in the backfield, and he's done a great job with it since. But I do know, if Wilson can kind of prove himself here, maybe it can get Braden on the outside a little bit more in the coming weeks as well.
Second down, 1 yard to go. Seems to be an extremely long 1 yard for Unioto. Coy turns, hands it off. Yusef Wilson has the first down and more. Wilson out to the far sideline. Yusef Wilson out to midfield. Another first down run for the sophomore tailback.
Yeah, it's going to be a pickup of 21 for Wilson. Just doing a good job of getting the ball to the outside. And that's, kind of just showing the depth right now for Unioto as – right here, this is, you had Ty Woods, who was your starter in week 1, had surgery shortly after week 1 because of an ankle. So right now, I would guess, with the graduation of Blake Hoops and Caden Cutright, that Cody Braden's probably going to go back to the outside next year with Ty Woods coming back. But, you've got, an option here in Yusef Wilson as well.
1st and 10 from midfield for the Shermans. Back to Wilson. Cuts it off the right edge, brought down for a pickup of 1.
Getting close to 50 yards on the night for Yusef Wilson. I would guess he will get at least 2 more chances at it.
Second and 9, Wilson. Back on the ground, up the right hash, Yusef Wilson. Out to the 41-yard line. Looks to be a yard shy of the line to gain. However, the far line judge going to give him the 40 and a fresh set of downs for Unioto.
That's got to be, it's 100% a thankless job, but it's got to be a tough job to, when you're coming from behind trying to get the correct line down.
First and 10 from the Bearcat 40.
So Yusef Wilson continues to have a dominant fourth quarter. First and 10 from the 40-yard line, and the snap gets away from Coy. He'll throw it away into the far sideline. Surprisingly, no illegal men downfield, so either a pass play or Coy got it off before any men were able to get downfield.
It's a really heady play because, yeah, I would have guessed there would have been someone illegally downfield, but he gets outside the pocket, gets it past the line of scrimmage, so ultimately no harm, no foul, other than to the completion percentage.
Coming into tonight, Isaac Coy, 1,807 yards on a 68 completion percentage, 21 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Back to the ground with Yusef Wilson. On second down as he's brought down in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 11 coming up for the Shermans.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 3rd and 11.
Long and Wilson in the backfield along with Isaac Coy. Play action, Isaac Coy. All kinds of time. Coy back to his left, wide open, it's Yusef Wilson. Into the open field, Wilson inside the 20-yard line. First down, Shermans. Overall, an outstanding play for the Paint Valley defense, but after the dust settled, it was Yusef Wilson wide open in the flats on the near sideline, able to turn it upfield all the way down to the Bearcat 15.
Yeah, good job by Wilson just leaking out on the play, and then, for Paint Valley, not quitting on the play, getting back and stopping Wilson from ultimately scoring on that. Ends up being a gain of 26.
First and 10. Coy hands it off. Wilson.
Number 44, Wilson, the ball carrier.
Out to the 7-yard line, a pickup of about 8 yards.
Tackle saved by number 2, Eli Smith.
Officially marked down at the 9, so a carry for 6 for Yusef Wilson.
You're messing my stats up, Dewey.
It's tough.
Yeah.
The near sideline judge and the far sideline judge have not exactly been on the same page tonight. Nonetheless, 2nd and 4 from the 9-yard line for Unioto. Back to Wilson. Cutting it up between the tackles. He'll be brought down at the 6 for a pickup of 3.
Tackle was made by number 34.
Got that one right.
Yeah. Good job.
3rd and short for the Shermans. Yusef Wilson with just a single rushing touchdown on the year. Potentially looking at his 2nd. on this late fourth quarter drive for Unioto. Third down, 1 yard to go. Coy out in the pistol. He'll pitch it to the outside. It's Yusef Wilson. Cuts it up the left hash. Yusef Wilson into the end zone for the touchdown, his second of the year.
Yeah, and it's, whenever, at the end of the game, they did throw the one time, but for the most part, you're looking to run the ball, and anytime you can feed that guy and get him into the end zone, it's a feel-good moment for the team. Now, Elliot Alsop will come on to attempt his first extra point of the season. The Shermans are blessed with 4 kickers on the roster.
And the PAT attempt for Unioto is good. 43-0 is our score with 2:40 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo-Hio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to Unioto High School. John Bruce along with Dewey Daly bringing you tonight's coverage. Tonight's Week 9 matchup between the Paint Valley Bearcats and the Unioto Shermans. 43-0 is our score. As Derringer sends it into the end zone for a touchback.
I believe that's his first of the season. As I mentioned with the 4 kickers for Unioto, the soccer program has been really good for them in that aspect. And, Matthew's been really good this year, but you've also got some depth as well, which, is always a positive at that position, especially because we saw it actually really won Fairland the game, was the fact they couldn't, their kicker was hurt, so they end up going for 2, and they end up getting it to win that game.
So the Bearcats offense out onto the field. 3 timeouts and a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Brandon Eisen into the game at quarterback. He'll hand it off. This is Jaden Price to the near side as he's forced out of bounds.
Number 17, Jaden Price, the ball carrier.
And he's forced out of bounds by Peyton Smith.
Pickup of 10 yards.
Yeah, nice little pickup there.
The clock continues to run right at the minute mark.
Yeah, the only thing, at this time when all the subs are in, this is where, I understand the running clock, but at the same time, I would like to see the subs, whenever it's, the game's over, kind of like this, I would like to see the subs get a little more time, but I understand.
So Brennan Eisen remaining in the game, in the gun for Paint Valley. He'll hand it off. Once again, this is Jaden Price. Up the left hash as Price takes it all the way up to the 40-yard line. 2 carries and 20 yards on the ground for Price.
What year is he?
Junior.
All right. Well,
5'11", $180.
Ran hard there. I like that.
And that'll wrap it up. 10 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. The Shermans lining up and heading into Week 10, 5-0. 6-0 in the Scioto Valley Conference with a chance at their 3rd gold ball in school history and their 2nd consecutive.
Yeah, and really from the opening kickoff, it was all Shermans. There was a little bit in that second quarter, or late in about halfway through the first quarter into a little bit of the second quarter, where Paint Valley played pretty well, but once that 3rd turnover happened, then once Unioto started to score even more, it just kind of added on, and that's going to be another SVC championship for Unioto. And obviously next week they're going to be playing for the gold ball and win it by themselves, because they don't want to rely on Paint Valley to have to beat St. Trace in case something happens here on senior night next week for the Shermans. But so really impressed with the improvement from Unioto throughout the year. For Paint Valley, hopefully Braylon Robertson is able to come back at some point. I don't know if it's going to be next week, because we saw him with crutches tonight. So hopefully he's back as soon as possible. But until then, they got to kind of figure out some stuff.
Potentially on the verge of a decade of consecutive gold balls handed out to the league champs in the Scioto Valley Conference. John, do we need to send it to break, or are you ready to go?
I'm good. I'm ready.
All right, stats for tonight. John, Bruce, let's get out of here.
Yeah, not a whole lot on the Paint Valley side. Drez Bolin had 5 catches for I said I was ready, but 58 yards, 5 catches for 58 yards, including a 40-yarder from Carson Free.
One of the bright spots
for
Paint Valley was Bolin.
Yeah, Bolin did a nice job. Free threw for 51 yards on the night. Faber did a decent job late in his outing. Kind of struggled a little early, but once they're getting him out on the sideline and throwing downfield, but just 5 turnovers for 6 turnovers actually for Paint Valley, and that's just way too many in a game like this. So 6 turnovers for Paint Valley ultimately is the big deciding factor. For Unioto, Isaac Coy was 8 for 16 for 140 yards and a touchdown. Also had 3 rushes for 35 yards and a touchdown. Yusef Wilson, 12 carries, 72 yards and a touchdown. Cody Braden, 16 carries, 60 yards, 3 touchdowns as well. Blake Hoops, 4 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. Levi Beam had 1 catch for 47 yards. Wilson also, he ended up having 96 yards total offense because he had 26 yards on a reception. Now, Javon Smith had 2 fumble recoveries for the Shermans. 2 interceptions for Caden Cutright. Levi Beam also had an interception as well, but Caden Cutright had 2 interceptions in the game, which ultimately tied him for the Unioto school record with 14 for a career, as he had 7 last year, which is single season, and 6 so far this year. So, for the Shermans, a lot of good things. Really, going into last year, 2 years ago, you and your dad had the game over in Kinnickinnick. Unioto loses by, was it 4-35?
It's me and Jacob.
Oh, it was you and Jacob? Yeah, so like a 35-31 game, and it just felt like they just couldn't get over the hump. Finally, last year, they get over the hump to win the SVC, and then this year it just seemed like they're on more of a mission. They do a good job pulling away last week, and then this week just ultimately, it was all Shermans from the get-go. So really impressed with what Coach Hoops' group has done. Isaac Coy, only a sophomore, has just gotten better throughout the year. It's and Cody Braden's done a really good job running the ball. Defensively is the big thing. Obviously Paint Valley, when you're down your all-time leading rusher, you're also down the league's leading rusher by like 700 yards. That makes a big difference for them. But so for Paint Valley, obviously it's tough to have this game go the way it did. But if you can get Robertson back, you still have to feel pretty good about your chances moving on throughout the next couple of weeks.
Unioto now 88-7 the last 2 years over Paint Valley. Paint Valley coming into tonight was winners in 6 of the last 10. Now, obviously, 5 of the last 10, and Unioto has won the last 3. So,
yeah, and it's just that's one of those things where Paint Valley has been for a long time it was Paint Valley and Westfall in the SVC. Then Zane Trace kind of took over a little bit, but Paint Valley's always been there. And 7-2. They're 7-2 for a reason.
And a lot would argue should have been their first loss overall.
So, they lose a really tough one to Piketon. Obviously this isn't fun for them, but got a lot to play for still.
Postseason aspirations.
Yes,
for the Bearcats looking to get healthy.
Because really, you get healthy. Next week's going to be tough because that's a really good Zane Trace team. But in their region, with where they're going to be seated, they should have a winnable game to start, and then you just kind of go. As long as you can kind of avoid cold water. The longer you can avoid cold water, the better. But the big thing for them, you avoid cold water, which I think they can probably do for a couple weeks. And, it's going to be, they've got a chance as long as they can get healthy.
That'll wrap up our coverage of tonight's Scioto Valley Conference matchup between the Unioto Shermans and the Paint Valley Bearcats. Unioto winners 43-0. Heading into their Week 10 home affair with the Southeastern Panthers undefeated in the SVC, looking for their second consecutive gold ball. That would mark the 10th consecutive gold ball awarded to the league champ of the Scioto Valley Conference. For Kenneth Hay, John Bruce, and Dewey Daly, we say so long from Unioto High School. You've been watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.